Good evening and a warm welcome for this Friday evening talk. I'm not sure if there are any first timers. A special welcome on behalf of the Brahma Kumaris. Okay, this evening topic is overcoming hopelessness. You're igniting your light of hope even in the worst of circumstances. So on this topic, we have Brother Raj Shekar with us, who is from Dubai, who's been practicing meditation, Raj Yoga for over 4 decades, and a national coordinator for Raj Yoga centers in UAE between 93 and 99. He's now a board member and a sponsor for Raj Yoga centers in UAE, Oman, and Qatar. So on this fascinating topic, I welcome Brother Raj Shekar to share some light and explore on how to ignite hope. So over to Brother Raj Shekar.
Good evening to everyone, whoever is around the world and listening to this little sharing. Thanks so much for the opportunity which is being bestowed upon to me to share a few thoughts on this topic, the very interesting topic called hope. I hope I'll be able to offer you something which you will cherish this evening or morning, wherever you are. Very good. You know, hope actually something to do with the expectations. Rather, there are thoughts that are arising in the human mind based on the small goals which we have set in our life to achieve. However small they may be, everyone would expect those goals to be fulfilled sooner or the later. So we have, some short-term goals to be achieved, as well as the longer-term goals. And however, everyone expects them to be fulfilled sooner or later. They say, you know, every project which starts will definitely finish. Only thing is we need to expect and also achieve the objectives of the project, whatever or however small that project that we are, pursuing. The project, normally has 3 objectives. One is a scope, which is again our aim and objective. What you want to do? We want to have some service-oriented project or some product-oriented project. You know, we want to produce something or we want to do some service to the humanity. Because this product we feel will be useful for someone or the other, to fulfill their basic needs, however small it may be. So this is the scope. One is the scope of the project, that is very important, and also the cost that we have, to achieve that scope, and the time duration. These are the 3 main objectives of any project. So a person obviously hopes to complete this project on time and also within the available budget, and his scope should be fulfilled. And if it is finished on time, a lot of people will be, benefited from this project. That is what is his intention or her intention is. So this project, in fact, gives a certain result sometimes, or it may be end up with a product or end up with some service. So this is what it is going to achieve. But here, everything starts in the human mind. So the human mind conceives an idea of sharing something, giving something with the other people, whoever they are interacting with in the society. May it be their closer relatives, or it may be, the one who is far away, living somewhere in the corner of the globe. So wherever they may be, the human mind thinks that they should bring some benefit, without any much of an expectations. They say nothing is free in this world, but nevertheless, so they are giving some service by bringing some, minimizing their profit as much as possible. They say there is a non-profit organization, but even though it is called a non-profitable organization, to run that organization also we need some monetary and other related resources. So hope is one such thing that we hope that we'll be able to achieve our desires, our expectations within our limited resources, that effectively and efficiently we will be able to manage our resources, and then the fulfillment will take place. That is what everyone hopes. And one thing is very, very essential to understand here, that the thought in which this very project is based on, the initial thought, the idea, it's called the feasibility. First, everything comes in the mind in the form of offering something to someone. It's called an idea. So if to bring this idea into an action, then, you think that this is feasible, whether this is possible. And then we have so many permutations and combinations before we put that idea into action. So first is what is very important is the feasibility, whether it would be possible to achieve this or not. My life experience suggests that whenever I have created a thought without any selfish motive, with a service-oriented motive, I have realized that it gets fulfilled very soon. And I also noticed that so many people are willingly coming to, participate in that project by whatever their resources which they could offer me. And then, it was amazing that, so I realized that if the very idea is based on, serving someone, giving something to someone, which will be useful to them on time, really the basic needs, or setting up, a certain accessories which will be solving their existing problems. If a project is of that nature is, conceived in a human mind, and I realized that that project gets overwhelming cooperation from the society, and it is really worthwhile to note. Rather than with a selfish aim, if your aim is oriented towards offering something to the humanity, then it gets a nice response, and then they all have participation in making that project a success. So the project also has the other objectives, such as quality and also resources. Resources means, you may need men to achieve that project, the cooperation of the human beings around you with their skills and with their knowledge, etc. And also you need material things, to achieve your goals. So the resources also very, very important. In addition to the human resources, the other resources also, like money, is also essential to achieve your goals. So the human mind always just has some project based on to fulfill a certain needs and wants. So now there is a basic question as to what is the difference between a need and a want. So needless to say that needs are connected with our basic needs, say shelter, food, water, clothing, etc. These are the basic needs, the physiological needs a human being wants. to have for his survival, their existence, the day-to-day existence. If the physiological needs are not fulfilled, then the next level of fulfillment the human mind will not think of. So the the human existence is basically looking for this basics to start with. So if you put the human needs, then there are about 5 types of the human needs. One is the physiological needs. Then is the comes the safety aspect of the needs. Safety means if their physiological things are satisfied, then they are looking for some security, some safety. Like whatever their basics are should not be threatened. It should be given to them very nearly, all the time. So that's what the human mind is looking for. The second one is, that whatever is given to them, they should not lose. And they expect that it should not be threatened. It should be given to them very nearly. Very nearly means always. Yesterday it was there, today it is there, tomorrow they hope that it will be there with me, with them. Actually, if you ponder over this, yesterday, is gone already. And tomorrow, no one knows. And today is the day. And we have to enjoy the present day and hoping that, the tomorrow will be something similar to this. If we can, live a fruitful, a beneficial day today, we can hope that we will also live the similar day tomorrow. Yeah. So this is what is very, very important. So we need to concentrate on the present day. So I was saying that the second level is, of the security level. First is the physiological level. And the third level is, this human mind is looking for some love and also some friendship and etc. Because it is through the interaction, it wants some warmth feeling. Because we are social beings, and then we would expect, a next plane of, experience of togetherness of with other human, like-minded human beings who share their, whatever their specialities with us very closely. So that is the expectation of the human mind, the next level of expectations, rather, I would say. And the fourth level is the self-esteem level. It is called the esteem level. This esteem level also, it expects some respect, name, fame for all the projects which it is undertaking. That it wants others to applaud us. He thinks that, oh, we have done a good job. If someone says that, this person is very happy. So it is expecting, some name, fame, and also respect from the others. It is here the ego, is enabling them to have their this respect and name and fame fulfillment. And sometimes it is also linked with their self-esteem. Like they have some fulfillment from their own side that they have achieved something. One is that they expect some, um, all the positive note from others, and also it wants the self also to give some respect. That is, you will feel that it is very fulfilling that I have achieved something. This is what is happening in the next level. So the first level is the physiological level, and the second level is the security, the assurance level, and the third one is the soul is looking for some warmthness from the fellow beings, the love and also friendship and intimacy and so on. And the fourth one is the self-esteem, the esteem level. And the fifth one is actually, this is wants to show to the world that fulfillment or self-actualization is achieved. So one need to, check or verify the self as to which level they are in, whether they are in the first level, the bottommost level of a pyramid, or the second level, or the third level, or the fourth level, or the self-actualization level, that is the topmost level, as they call it. And, this is the thing that you need to study about yourself. Where do you stand, or where do we stand at the present moment? So accordingly, we need to see the self and proceed with our requirements. If you are at the bottommost level, then you're not worried about the other four more top levels. You will never go to the next level. You will go to the next level only when the bottommost level is fulfilled. So all the hope that everyone has is to fulfill the requirements set forth in that level only. Are you with me? So depending upon which level you are in at present, and then accordingly, the human mind also will have various hopes. So this is very, very obvious, and you need to understand this. So the hopes are based on the level in which you are in, and it varies from person to person. Yeah, this is to be understood. And also, it would be very interesting to note that due to the passage of time at present we are in, you would have noticed that there are four basic things that the human beings are looking for. One is physical health, another is mental health, and the third one is wealth, of course. And the fourth one is, relationships. So now all the four are threatened. All the human beings may not have all the four together. If you have all the four together, then this place is very veritable paradise. So unfortunately, it is not so. So every home has got some, is missing on its out of these four. Either they may have the wealth, but they may not have the health. If they have the physical health, they may not have the mental health. If they have the mental health, they may not have the proper relationships. This is what is happening with most of us, and I would even say all of us. So every human mind is looking to achieve all these four: health, wealth, and happiness. That is the mental health, and also the relationship. Of course, happiness is also mixed with peace. They want peace as well as love and happiness together. Then if these three are there, you would say that that person has got some mental health. So may it be mental health or physical health or wealth or relationship. So we may call them as needs. These are the basic needs of a human being. So you should also, see your state, which one you are looking for at present moment, which one is missing in your life. Are you missing health? Are you missing wealth? So you have to prioritize, your needs. So this is very important. So because everyone is given only 24 hours time. So in this 24 hours time, your basic needs, you have to see which level you are in. You are in the sociological level, or the, which level you are in. You are in the physical requirements, or in the self-esteem level, or in the topmost level of self-actualization, wherein everyone is looking for some independence, some freedom, and so on and so forth, so that they got authority and to do things that they can take decisions fruitfully on their own. They have the power to achieve something. So, or your needs are any one of these four, as I was saying, like health and wealth, etc. So, unless until you ponder over the self and save some time, take some time rather out of your busy routine and analyze yourself at present state where you are in, then accordingly, you'll be able to move further and manage your 24-hour time very fruitfully. So this priority, is very, very important. Nowadays people have so many eggs to hatch. They don't know which egg to hatch, and then what is the hatching time? That is another problem. Because they are not so efficient in utilizing their resources in achieving their aims. So I was also saying you, there is a difference between the needs and wants. So what are wants? Wants are actually, we think we need it, but actually it is not really so. It's an illusion. Sometimes, we want so many things for because someone else has them. So we also think that we should also have them. So you need to think that whatever you are aiming for, based on your present circumstances and situation, your lifeboat is in traveling, or wherever you are in, then you need to see that whether whatever the thoughts that are coming to achieve is your need or want. So if it is a want, you should segregate that want and then convert that into a need. So this is very, very important. Having grouped your needs, then you should also see that which level it is in, that need. You have to see the priority, which one is very urgent. And also, if that need is, equipped with selflessness, with the aim of to offer something to others, then you will be able to achieve it fruitfully. Yeah. So the resources that how you are going to manage is that always, achieve, you aim to achieve whatever you want, not by taking any loan within the available means. So do not take any loan from bank or from anyone. Your project should not have any deficit. You would have noticed that in the world at present, everywhere, whether at the state level or in the central government level, always when they make a budget, there is a deficit. So their budget always falls short of some wealth, you see. So it should not be the case. Now you have requirement more, and then you don't have the resources to achieve those requirements. Now then you have to take a loan. So that is not really good. So the first suggestion is that to get your needs fulfilled, you have to aim with the available resources. Your resources should not be overrun. The very aim of a project or any task is that you should be able to finish the task on time or before time, and also with the available resources, and whatever fulfillment is you expect that need to be achieved. Otherwise, you feel something is miserable. Your life is not so, interesting. So this is what is very, very important, that there should not be any cost to overrun, and also there should not be any schedule overrun, that you should be finished on time. And also it should be finished with excellence, with quality. And you should not be short of any resources. And then you will have utmost satisfaction of achieving that task. Sometimes to achieve that task or performing your role, that you may not have the required the skills and the knowledge. So, so you need to analyze what type of tasks you are going to perform, and what type of skills and knowledge is needed to perform that task. So this is very, very important as well. So most of the time, people lose their hope in achieving their task because they do not have the required skill and the knowledge with them. Like, if you want to do a surgery, you need to be a doctor. However sincere a doctor, an engineer maybe, or, God-fearing he may be, or hardworking he may be, he will not become a lawyer or he will not become a doctor, right? So a doctor's role is different, and an engineer's role is different, and a lawyer's role is different. So you need the knowledge of accounting. If you are going to do something in an engineering field, you need to have the knowledge. So knowledge is very, very essential. So if you want to increase your level, make your requirements fulfill your tasks, then you need to acquire the required, the skills, abilities, the characteristics, and the knowledge, whatever is needed. So that means you need to have some training if it is not there with you. So first you need to check what are the requirements of this task. If that task is expected to be performed is requiring certain skills, you need to acquire them, or you need to hire some people who have those tasks. Those skills with them. Otherwise, it is not possible to perform those tasks, either by yourself or through someone else. For this, you need to take the help from some subject matter experts, they call. So every subject, there are some experts out there. So you may have to take advice from them. And then, there is no need to invent any wheel newly because they already have the enough knowledge, enough experience to offer you to perform that task to achieve your needs. So there are three things which are very, very important to achieve your needs or goals or objectives. One is you have to see which level you are in of the pyramid of the level of needs. And the second one is which one is you are missing in your life, the health, the mental health, or the physical health, wealth, or relationships. You have to work on that. And you have to prioritize your timing to take the best out of your 24 hours cycle. So the 24 hours cycle is the same for everyone. So what you should do, so first is that you should conceive the idea, and then you have to decide to go ahead with the idea into a plan and to an action. And once that action is to be performed, you have decided to perform that action, you need to see whether you have the required available resources or not, and how much time you need to perform the task. That also you need to know. And accordingly, you need to plan well ahead. So you have to plan first. After the planning is done, then you have to execute. After the execution is done, you have to see whatever you have executed is in as per your plan or not. How that is possible? By watching, by monitoring. In the school, they have always a monitor. In the absence of a teacher, this fellow monitors. Now we have, everywhere this camera, which is fitted, which monitors without our knowledge. Whatever action is performed around, that the camera is recording it. This is fitted nowadays in the railway stations and the airports and so on and so forth. So this camera, as it is recording, then it enables people to later on see what went wrong or what's happening around. In the same way, you have to also monitor your actions as to whether it is in line with whatever planning that you had done. And if needed, you need to also replan or control so that your actions could be once again in line with whatever your expectations are. So these stages are very, very important. So, it could be, sometimes very sophisticatedly called research and development. Sometimes it is also called trial and error. So how to, adjust my 24 hours? So you have to start planning, because something is better than nothing. Otherwise, time is just lost. Time is gone. So we have the resources. The very, 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 very vital resource is our time. So you have to start planning well ahead. So after the planning is done, execution. After the execution is done, monitoring. After the monitoring is done, replanning if needed, because you need to control and see whether whatever you have done is in expectation, in line with your expectation or not. It is also called your objectives. Your objectives should be fulfilled. So you have to have faith in yourself. If you start doing a small thing, in this way, like, when I say trial and error, what exactly it means, trial and error is, you have to start doing something. You have to jump into the water. So we can do, why not? So every human being has got the potential, the inherent skills, because we have been created, with those inherent nature in us. You will ponder over the self, the qualities of the self which are common among all the human beings are, there are 7 of them. One being peace, another is love, another is happiness, another is power, another is knowledge, another is purity, and the last one is the mercy, the compassion. That if you are given the power, you don't want to harm anyone or punish anyone for their deeds. So this is what is expected from us. So these are the 7 natural qualities one person has, and this is what is makes us so special. So all our projects we can achieve. We have the power. That's what you need to think. I am knowledgeful enough. If not, I need to acquire the knowledge and the skills. So this gives you the enough confidence to achieve. To start with a small task, and then you'll be able to extend this. So first is the prioritize your task, and then start achieving that by implementing that. Start doing that, because without doing, you will not move further. So this is very, very important. So then the hope means that you need to have the faith in yourself. So hope or faith, we can unanimously use them. So the faith in the self means that you have to recollect all your past achievements, what all you have done. Once I was learning driving, 3 times I failed. So then the 4th time, I thought, let me try again. So, I really lost my hope. So 3 times I was working very hard. I was driving very nicely, but still I failed. Once, I didn't even know how to operate the wiper. In the Middle East, I was given a driving test. So there was a heavy rain, and then the instructor told me, "Okay, switch on the wiper." That fellow did not even teach me. I never know, because it hardly any rain there. So I failed. Then the 4th time I passed. But at that time I went, with full faith in the self. I went to the instructor and I told him, please, bless me. Somehow I want to pass this exam. So that being the teacher, that fellow said, Raja, this time you are going to, definitely pass. So I had, a couple of, before going to the test early morning, I had gone along with him and had a fresh, training. And then literally I passed. So the mind definitely, works miracles. So with the human beings around, they are good wishes, and your own positive attitude definitely, will yield the result, the required result. So first is the hope in yourself, and the hope in the people around you, and the hope in in the events around you. As I was telling you, that if your thoughts are selfless, so all the people in the world will cooperate with you to make that thought, fulfilled. This is what exactly, will happen. So there are four hopes. Of course, the four most scope is the hope in the creator. So if there is a creation, there is definitely the creator. They say the creation has been, created in the image of the creator himself. So every human being have been created in his own image. So that means we also have the enough strength as that of our creator. So this also we need to understand. So we have the basic qualities as that of peace, love, and happiness, and the knowledge, and the power. So these are inherent in us. We need to explore them and achieve our goals. This is very, very important. And we have to recollect our past, achievements, and that will give you, enough strength to move further, because we have done something. We have achieved something. We are capable of achieving something. And we should also feel that we are not alone. We have the enough resources around us. So this will give you, the required faith. And you will always have to follow the proper method to achieve your means. So there are standards which are possible to achieve, and there are also some regulations that you need to follow. But if you are missing some standards, and if you're not having any regulations, but at least you should have your proper methodology. That methodology should be adopted by you. Then you'll be able to reach your destination. This methodology is like a tailor-made one. So there is no need to copy anyone. That it is a trial and error for you. So first you try, and then you make it, and then it's very fine. But it is not so, then try again. Endlessly. This is what is will enable you to reach your destination. So the very sophisticated way of saying this is research and development, whereas we need to try, because everyone life is different and we are unique. So this through this trial and error method of planning, executing, and also monitoring and controlling and replanning, then we'll be able to achieve our scope within the available resources. So I feel that there is no need to compare yourself with anyone else. See, I was just browsing the web, and I realized that there are so many suicide cases taking place in the world. I realized in the world, every 4 minutes, there are 6 people who are committing suicide. And in India itself, every 4 minutes, one person is committing suicide. Most of them are males and of various ages, and so on and so forth. It is amazing. Why they go to that extent? Because they feel at that particular moment of their life, their decision, that the basic levels are also not fulfilled, their own level. And also the requirements of the 4 requirements which I was saying, maybe one of them is miserably is missing in their life. One could be relationship, or could be wealth, or could be health, or mental health. So this need to be equipped. But to start with, you need to have the confidence in the self. But how to impart this to them? This is also one of our aim. The project which we undertake should have this aim to give the empower people around us. So those who help others will definitely also be stronger. So if you are stronger, then you can help others to achieve their goals as well. So this is what I realized, that if you start your project to do some service or some product to help others, and you will automatically realize that all your hopes will be fulfilled, and your wants will never be there. And then when the wants becomes your needs, and your needs will be fulfilled. This is what my real life experience suggests. But I also realized that whenever I do a task, I meditate. I make that my thoughts are channelized towards my goal, my thinking is very clear, and which enables me to achieve my goals, however small they are. So hope, this small sharing of mine would be useful to you. And if you have any questions to ask, you may, feel free to ask. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajshekar Bhai. It's quite an enlightening and very nice experience that you shared to have hope, and how planning, executing, monitoring, and replanning helps us to keep the hope. But I have a couple of questions here. When you have all the hope, okay, when you have all the plans, strategies, skills, and everything is in place, okay, but still things don't work, or you're not successful, or you're not achieving what you have to achieve. So how can I keep hope in that situation when I have everything around me, time and again I keep falling apart? So how do you think it is possible for me to still keep hope?
Yeah. To start with, I was mentioning that an idea comes in the mind, and you have to see whether you have to implement that or not. That is called, you have to see whether you have the enough resources to achieve that, and whatever goal that you have is practicable or not. So that is called, you have to study this at the very beginning of it, before undertaking that project. So you have to have some, the basic study of whatever project which you are going to undertake, however small that may be, which I was mentioning, if you remember, that you need to have the time, and also you need to have the monetary resources to achieve them. If your budget is not estimated properly, then you will not be able to achieve your goal, and your time is not estimated properly, you will not be able to. So you have to see the very first initial study itself, whether this is feasible. That is called feasibility study. So you have to see that, spend some time to see before the project is undertaken. And I was also telling you that the selfless project, if it is, but again, you need, nothing is free. So you will get the help from people, but you need to also plan. So before the planning, that if you have decided to take up the project, you should do the feasibility study, the benefit you get out of that, whether it is feasible or not. If the feasibility study is not done, then the hope is of not going to any help. Are you with me?
But I
So
think, sorry to interrupt at this point, because at this time nobody have patience, or there's so much going around in their lives. So do you think people have time to do that feasibility study, or keeping that aim to do?
yeah, that is why I was telling you that you have to prioritize your requirements. So unless until you prioritize and see which level of the pyramid you are in, and then which is your immediate task which you are going to undertake, so accordingly you will have the time, because 24 hours is available with everyone. Why people are having trouble with the time is that as I was telling, that they have so many eggs to hatch, because they don't have their priority. So you have to have the priority. When the priorities are set, and also when you segregate your wants from your needs, then you will have all the time in the world to achieve your task.
Great. Thank you very
Yeah,
much for that.
yeah,
And one last question is, at some point you mentioned as a hope is also an expectation. Can you just clarify a bit between the expectation and hope? Because sometimes when I have expectations, probably I may not receive what I want. Okay, and probably that expectation might disappoint me. Maybe it's good to
yeah.
explain a little bit about the difference between the hope and expectation.
When we say, it's a good question, though. But again, it has got something to do with that, demand and wants and needs and desires and fulfillment of those desires. As I was initially mentioning, the expectations, if it is selfless, then I realize in my life, personal life, that it is fulfilled quickly. So this hope means, that you wish that, whatever you have undertaken will yield the required result. It is, good because, like a check somebody is issuing and someone is giving you a cash. And the check also, post-dated check. So post-dated check also will be given to you, but, you have to have the faith that, after some time you'll receive the money. So hope is actually, making you move further because you have planned very well and you have analyzed your requirement very well. Your feasibility study is done. So you have planned very thoroughly. The most of the task, you need to have the planning very accurately done. If the planning is done, you should not be waiting, till the end for the project to complete. You have to immediately, check every time. As you progress, every 1 week, second week, third week, fourth week, you have to check what is happening. You should not be waiting till the end, and then corrective measures to be taken immediately. So that is why execution and monitoring and controlling. So it is called check and change. So here the hope and the expectation is that you hope that it will finish on with your, available, the triangle as they called, with your scope and with your time and with your cost. You hope that this will be fulfilled. Your aim will be fulfilled within this available. That is what you are hoping. But obviously you expect that everyone will be satisfied with the result of this because it is either service oriented or product oriented, which is necessary and useful for the humanity at large, or whoever is around you, or your own self at least. So that is how it is. And also you have to, differentiate between an operation and a project. Operation means in a routine, and project means something you are inventing and doing it for the first time. So the hope and the expectation is that first time you're attempting, obviously, you will think that this need to, materialize, it need to happen. So you are having, you're overwhelmed with joy when this really happens. So it has to be selfless, and also there is a demarcation between a need and a want. If it is in the list of want, it may not fulfill. But if it is in the need, definitely it will be fulfilled. That is what I realized. But hope is common for everything because it does not happen. It is going to happen. So you have to have the hope. But hope itself is not, just sufficient. You need to have the enough skills and the abilities and the characteristics and the knowledge and the proper method. Then you'll be able to achieve your needs and the ends.
Thank you. Thank you. That's really nice. One last question. With this pandemic, people are having issues that they have to stay alone in their homes and not able to meet the family, or there's a lot happening in their own family, or not able to see their loved ones. So how can we keep hope, when things are not working, with the situations, with the crisis, or financially, or in terms of relationship, in terms of health? Okay, one is the work that we need to do is one aspect, but in this uncertain times, so just one last, your views and share your thoughts on this.
For the past, since 2020 March and till December, so I was also almost undergoing the similar situation. So what did I do? I wanted to give the best to the world. So I went online, giving classes. I was able to see so many new faces online, the blooming faces. So I met, so many people online, in a short period of time. One day I was giving class in Los Angeles. One day I was giving a class in, UK. One day I was giving a class in Erode somewhere in Tamil Nadu. And, one day I was giving a class in Muscat. One day I was giving a class in Doha, and so on and so forth. And, every day I was started giving a small class, and then it is recorded video was uploaded, in the web. It was amazing. So I felt I was not alone. That on the contrary, I was able to meet so many people online. That really gave me a lot of, and then appreciation. I got so many comments from them. The way the presentation was made, and they appreciated really. I know it gave me more boost. So I have really took the maximum advantage of this pandemic, I would say. And then it gave me a lot of things. I did videos on Hindi and also videos on English and also in Tamil, and uploaded them. And not only that, I took up I joined a university called Manipal University in Dubai, called Mahi, and taken up my MTech engineering management. I completed one semester. I passed with two subjects A plus, and then A1 grade, and two subjects B grade. The first semester I completed in 4 months. Of course, it was a bit expensive. I was the eldest student in that class. Dada, rather, I would say. But it gives me so much happiness. I met every day, interacted with the younger ones. The BTech students, they were there. Some of them are very younger to me. So I was with them. It was a nice experience. So this is what it is. So I thought it is a good time to explore and then be positive. And it made me really um, go through a nice period. Yeah.
That's really nice to hear, and how you have taken the benefit of this time. Thank you very much for your insights and experiences that you shared. I like the idea of what you shared about being selfless and having hope on the creator and hope on the self. Okay, and of course, hope and faith is the key ingredients of keep moving forward. Okay, thank you very much. I would like if you can take us through a short guided meditation. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
So you have some light music or just?
I can play the music, but yes, you can start the meditation. Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
There is a creator, and obviously he has created the creation. The very existence of the creation suggests the existence of the creator as well. So one is visible, the other is invisible. The invisible creator created everything in his own image. That means whatever he is equipped with has been bestowed upon to the creation. So we should have this hope, and we should have this faith that we are created in his own image. So in his own image means that whatever he has, we also entitled to have them. Those are the 7 natural qualities everyone is equipped with, which the creator is having in abundance with them. So the creator has them, and also the creation also has them. There are 7 of them. One is peace. So you have to realize that I have abundance of peace. Come what may, I will remain peaceful. Come what may, I will remain loveful. Come what may, I will remain happy. Come what may, I will remain powerful. Come what may, I will use the wisdom which is available around me, the skills around me. Come what may, I will remain pure. Come what may, I will be merciful towards my fellow beings. I will not be judgmental for them. I will be the judge for the self and the lawyer for others. So these 7 natural qualities are like the rainbow. They are available in abundance with me. So that is my hope. These are very valuable skills which I am possessing by birth. These are my natural qualities: peace, love, joy or happiness, wisdom, power, purity, and mercy. These are my natural qualities. And these natural qualities are available with the Creator in abundance. So whenever I create an idea to provide something to the humanity or to the fellow being, I have a communion with my Creator. I give my proposal to Him. This is my task. So thereby I get the blessings from Him. I get the approval from Him, because this project is selfless. This is going to bring benefit to so many around me. So I have seen that I have the complete bestower of blessings is blessing me. The Creator is blessing me with His good wishes and good feelings. And this will enable me and to go ahead with the task with the full confidence and then the full potential of my resources, the available resources around me. And I'll be able to channelize all the available specialities, the skills, and the method to achieve my smallest goal, however small it may be, because it is going to fulfill my basic needs and elevate me to the next level, as well as my fellow beings. So union with one and harmony with all. This is what all my hope will enable me to achieve. So the meditation teaches me to link myself with the invisible Creator, and the creation then will be possible to bring all the potential to achieve, however difficult the task they may aim to achieve. So this hope that if everyone has to start with, then hopefully all their wishes, means the needs, will be fulfilled. And they may have wants, but the moment their wants become needs, they will realize that it will be fulfilled. This is the hope that they should have. And this is possible through meditation. I am light. I am with the light. I am having the light around me. Light upon light. I am surrounded by light. I am receiving light. I am embodiment of light. I am spreading light. I feel light. And I am a shining star. I am a successful star. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Shekar Bhai. It's very nice to hear from you. And I like the practical sharings of your own experience, how you failed the test and in the car driving, and again, you've gone through it with that hope. And even at this period of time, how you have that zeal and enthusiasm to have getting an education and still study, that is amazing. That's a real hope to anything is possible if you just have that, if you have that aim and if you have that pure positive thought. Thank you very much. And I'm sure everybody have enjoyed and taken some benefit and will explore more on this from their own experience. And next week, same time, same day, Friday, 5th of March, we're going to come up with a very fascinating topic. Next week is overcoming reaction. So looking forward to see you all again next week. Thank you and Om Shanti and good night. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Om Shanti.